What's up, Bangalore?
See, I went to SAP Labs on Saturday because Startup India was happening there. It's this conference. Startup India was organized by Cross-Border Angels. Now, Cross-Border Angels is a kind of fixing marriages between startups and investors. Like a startupshadi.com. Anyway, I met with the director, Mandar Gadkari, and he was very nice. He put me on to some of the top startup ideas and an angel investor. So I have some superb stories for you, ideas. And if you're planning a startup, how can you get the investor interested in your startup? I'd gone to SAP Labs on Saturday for Startup India, a conference where startups were meeting angel investors, organized by Cross-Border Angels, and I met up with these two lovely ladies.
Hey, Namaskara. What's up, Bangalore?
Alright, I'm Mehal Kejriwal, the co-founder of DoAvivo. And I'm Madhuri Bajaj. I am the Vice President of DoAvivo.
So what does DoAvivo do?
Well, we are a solution for all you luxury lovers to buy and sell pre-owned authentic luxury. So we give a second life to luxury. By our name, DoAvivo means a second life. So giving a second life to all things luxury. Yeah.
A second life to all things luxury. So what kind of products do you have?
So you have anything from a pen to a pair of sunglasses to a bag to a pair of shoes to a belt, trunks, Louis Vuitton suitcases, Prada travel bags, anything and everything luxury, even crockery inside. Yes. So we have stuff for men and women. So we have watches, Tag Heuer watches. We have limited edition Visconti, Wimbledon pens on our portal. So I mean, it's basically for anyone who likes anything from Michael Kors upwards, you can find it.
When you started, what was the vision for the company that you had in mind?
It has to be global. It has to be global. It can't be something in some corner of the world, trying to be recognized. It has to be, at least for me, it has to be an MNC.
And how's the pitching going?
Well, it's been interesting. It's been quite an exhilarating experience for us here because it's our first pitch ever in the whole ecosystem, as they call it. The word is really common. So more than anything, what's exciting is when investors are excited to listen to our concept.
Right.
So it's new for them too, which is...
that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great start actually.
Exactly. So they are more thrilled about it and that's thrilling for us. Yes.
Superb. So good
and
luck.
We see a lot of our customers in our investing.
Of course.
So the business angle to it.
Right. Great. So good luck. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you so much.
So that was DoAvivo. They have a store in VR Mall near Whitefield. Their big thing was the idea and the investors were excited about the idea and that itself is a great start. More stories coming up. Plus, I also spoke with an angel investor and he will tell us what do investors actually look for before they decide to invest in a startup. I was at startupshadi.com.
Hey, Namaskara. What's up, Bangalore?
Actually, that's not true. It was an event called Scale, so Startup India, where Cross-Border Angels, this company, had got together investors and startups where they were trying to marry off startups with angel investors. So I was looking for someone who would be able to give us some ideas, Bangaloreans especially, how to go ahead with their ideas. So, hypothetical situation, there's Startup A, great idea, poor execution team. Startup B, average idea, great execution team, Dipesh Arora. Which one would you go with?
B, no question.
You wouldn't go with A and put your expertise behind it?
No, B without question, because there are startups that I will get very actively involved.
Right.
Then I'm the entrepreneur, right?
Okay.
I'll put it this way, as an angel investor, my approach is you can do it, I can help.
Okay.
Right? And again, I'm stealing Home Depot's tagline here, but fundamentally, you can do it, I can help. Right? I'm here to offer help. That help could be in the form of investment, in the form of my Rolodex, my network, my expertise, or really looking out for you and being your man in the watchtower who looks ahead while you are on the ground executing. Right? But if you're not about execution, you can't make this engine work.
Right.
Execution is going to be one of the key elements.
So for people who are building their startup teams, how should they go about building their team?
I think synergies between the founders is very critical. Domain expertise is very important. There's a lot of people who want to build technology companies and have no technology expertise. And that's a no-no because I'll put it this way: you never open a restaurant. Rarely ever does the restaurant owner not know how to cook. And those who do not know how to cook are held hostage by the cook, right? So if you're building a technology startup, you be a tech guy, or you have a tech guy by your side who's not your employee. He's vested in the success of the startup. Those are some of the fundamentals that I would basically put.
Thank you. I picked your brains and you let me pick them for Bangaloreans. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Namaskara. What's up, Bangalore?
I told you I'd have an angel investor with me giving you tips about what investors look for before investing in a startup. I told you, right? I always keep my word. Jab main commitment karta hoon. Okay. So, I had actually let him introduce himself to you.
Hi, I'm Dipesh Arora. I'm an angel investor attending, the STIR event here in Bangalore and meeting a lot of quality people. In terms of my background, I'm a geek at heart. Been in the technology business for, over 20 years now. And I'm, a learner for life. So fundamentally, that's my approach to angel investing as well. I want to learn, I want to watch, and, I want to take a very methodical approach at making investments so that, each of these measured steps are putting me on a path to success, my own success and my portfolio success.
So you said you're a learner for life. At what point did you become a learner for life?
I think that's a very interesting question. Now, growing up, I was one of those guys who'd, want to make you deaf, asking you the whys and hows and, going through all of those questions. So I've had that in me for a while, but sometime between going from college to actually, getting into my working careers, I realized, hey, this life is going to be about learning, and that's really where the pleasure is. Fundamentally, I see myself as a learner for life.
Great. You're an angel investor. Now, can you explain to us what that actually means?
I think it can mean a lot of different things. My view of an angel investor is a guy who can put his skin in the game to help you succeed.
Okay.
And has a vested interest in it. So this is not philanthropic.
Correct.
This is a capitalistic interest.
Right.
And, it is about people who want to go in, make a difference, add value. So an angel investor is someone who enjoys taking risks, but at the same time has a method down for minimizing their risk and increasing their probabilities of success.
So I've just set the stage for you. In a bit, he's going to tell us what do investors really look for before they decide to put their money on a startup or on an idea. I'm in conversation with Dipesh Arora, who's an angel investor. I met him at Scale, Startup India, a conference that happened in SAP Labs on Saturday. A lot of you might be exploring the concept of a startup. What should you be looking out for?
I'd say, it is like going on a mission, right? Or it's like going camping. When you go camping, and again, I'm not talking about your luxury camping. I'm talking about real camping, backpacking maybe, right? You pack the necessities in your backpack. You make sure you're physically fit, and you get out there, right? So you got to get out there with a mindset, right? You know that you're not going to get nice chicken tandoori on the way. You might have to make do with a lot of interesting meals or meal alternatives on the path. So you got to be ready to tough it. You got to make sure that you're prepared for the journey.
Right.
And it is a journey, like I said earlier. So that preparation is really a key element.
All right.
And there are many ways you can get together for it, but clearly one of the big elements is make sure you are networking and collaborating with as many people who have experienced the process. Listen to and experience a lot of different people's perspectives and then form your own.
Right.
And it's a great experience. I will highly recommend it. But without preparation, you can't win.
Experience and preparation. And there must be a list of must-dos for a startup to succeed. Could you throw some light on that?
Work for a startup first, right? Experience the ups and downs. It is a roller coaster ride, so experience the ups and downs. Look beyond the money, right? Be there to make change. Right? If you can't make change, you're not doing a startup. Then you can go build, any other business. Not every business is a startup. A startup is about disruption, right? So you got to be there to kind of, change the space, make the evolution, evolve something, change a landscape. Or, if I was to, if I would put in a very bold statement, change the world. You got to be changing the world in some way. That is what a startup is about.
Disruption. I love that word, disruption. I love chaos. That's my middle name, disruption. That's why my show does so well. Okay, sorry. I'll continue the music and my conversation with him. Likhita Banu kaun hai?
Hey, Namaskara. What's up, Bangalore?
She's all of 26 years old and she has her own startup. Let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Likita Bhanu, the co-founder and CEO of Terra Greens Organic. Right now, what we are pitching at Startup India Rocks is our ready-to-cook line.
Okay.
And we have created these new products for the ready-to-cook segment. Completely, what we have done is we've taken a very commonly consumed food like upma and khichdi and given it a healthy twist. So we have replaced the suji rava in upma with wheat dalia, foxtail millet and quinoa and other healthy grains. Similarly in khichdi we have replaced it with brown rice and millets.
Great. Now since you're dealing with food, do you have a food background?
Yes, I did my engineering in biotechnology, but apart from that, my family has an agricultural background, so I have always grown up around farms, and I have core competence in agriculture and actual production.
Isn't it therefore a myth that organic is more expensive to produce?
Yeah, that is a myth. It is not more expensive. In fact, it is less expensive because you don't have to spend on fertilizers and pesticides and all those extra things that you do. The only thing is the yield is slightly lower as compared to conventional production. But the thing is, organic production is more sustainable in nature. So if you look at 20-30 years down the line, your conventional land, the yield is reduced considerably as time passes, whereas organic agriculture, the yield remains more or less the same. So in the long run, organic farming is more profitable.
Right. Okay. Now, you started this 4 years ago when you were 22. What were your learnings?
A lot of learning because I started out, my first job was to be a CEO. I started out when I was 22. So I did a lot of mistakes, but I learned quickly, failed fast. And the learnings were to even though you're small, you have to be strong. You have to have a clear-cut vision and a goal and work tirelessly towards it. There'll be bad days, good days, but you shouldn't take both too seriously.
Right.
So and just keep working, and I think we'll get there.
Hey, Namaskara. What's up, Bangalore?
So on Saturday I'd gone to SAP Labs, okay, because Startup India was happening over there where angel investors were meeting startups, and then there was some sort of a competition and the top 5 would be picked and actually investments would happen just there. So I was looking for some people for some ideas, and let's see who we had next.
Hi, I'm Mirchi, founder of VenueLook.com. We are in the event space, solving for venue discovery and booking. We started 2.5 years back with Delhi NCR as our main geography. We are now currently serving Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore and Jaipur as well.
All right.
So we help people find the perfect venue for all their social and corporate events.
Okay, so how did this idea come to you?
So before I got started with VenueLook.com, I was doing another startup, EventEve.com, which was an online invitations. So I realized that the event journey begins not with invitations but with venue discovery. It is the very first step in an event's journey.
Right.
And we Googled and searched for a solution that exists but couldn't find any, so we started to solve for the same ourselves with VenueLook.com. It's a highly unorganized space right now.
Okay.
And we are trying to bring order and standardization to it.
Cool. Have you pitched the idea before?
So our focus was to build the business in the right way, go deeper in the business, solve all kinds of problems that we see,
right,
and then move out and look for funds to grow.
Right. And what did you tell yourself, Ruchi, before you started VenueLook?
I think persistence, hard work, and not giving up. I mean, no matter what others say, if you believe in what you are doing, you should give it time and a lot of hard work, and things happen.